All right, welcome everyone. My name is Kevin Hurley. I'm going to be with you tonight for our trade findings and adjustments on Tuesday evening, March 24th, 2020. Um, I've got an article called The Autonomy of the Crash of 2020, and I'm going to start off by going over some things that will put trading into a perspective. I think, again, and what most people don't understand is you have to know um, that it happens, right? So one day I came home and I have this behind my house. I don't know if you guys can see the color right here, but there is the fire that's happening literally 400 yards away from the house. And I think, again, going to a perspective, when you see this billowing from behind your house in the garage, when you see the choppers and their water containers a couple hundred yards away from you. In fact, I've got a picture. Well, my boy has a picture. It's that close. It's one street over. The barn is on fire. The whole mountainside is on fire. This is a life-threatening situation. I mean, that's how close it is from the edge of my yard. It's just unbelievable to see them stop off. That's my truck there, blocking the street. So here's my property. There's a little lane that goes there. There's another house. It blocks the street so that we could start to land helicopters and emergency patrols like 2 houses down. Not bad from having the planes here, and it's amazing. If you want to see how close they were from my second story window, and well, that's from my driveway. That's from the second story window of my home. To just see how close they were buzzing the houses, that is awfully dang flat to get a picture that parallel of a plane from the second story window of my home. It was amazing. These trees over here on the right are 50 feet tall. 50 feet tall, and you have the fire sticking like that. What was really amazing at night, oh, they're the kids when they were little. You want to hear funny? I pulled up the bottom of that trailer, right? And the two oldest ones, the boy and the girl, were hanging on the edge. We can fit, Dad, we can fit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They heard me tell my other boys, hey, anything that's going with us has to fit in the trailer. And so we're loading up this 12-foot by 8-foot high enclosed trailer. They thought, oh crap, there's still room for us in the trailer. We can fit, Daddy, we can fit. Man, they're going back and forth. They're landing in the street right down the road. National Guard was here. It was a war zone. And this might be the closest thing I have to what we're dealing with right now. What we're dealing with right now, and it's funny how this article is written by Peter C. Earl. After decades of predictions, warnings, wagers, prophecies, and I like the way he starts it out. And what must be trillions of dollars expended upon short sales, long puts, and written calls, hedges, directional bets of every sort, the long-awaited big kahuna, a crash in equities market, came yesterday. And it's funny because the Dow Jones was down 2,997 points, yet we're celebrating today a 2,100 point up day. If you want to understand the crash, this is a great reason that'll tie it back to some algorithm trading, that'll tie it back to the crashes and the stimulation that we put into it. The causation, really good to read through some of the causes that I have to say I agree with a lot of it. Tries to tell you to remember what's real. It's just a great article for you to read at from top to bottom. But when we run into these situations, it's always time to look at some of the things that we're currently looking at and what we're doing. Today we took and cashed in some Visa, not some Visa, some Bank of America. We cashed in today for some people $29 and there we are. We sold the close $29.50 long puts. If we take a look at a chart on Visa, it's not that, I keep saying Visa, I mean to say Bank of America. It's not that I think we're off to the races, but we have built in a bit of a bottom. It's trading more like where it was at a week ago, where we're starting to get these areas or levels of support that we're holding. But more importantly, if we get a stimulus package, who's going to benefit this time around? Who's going to benefit this time around? Obviously, corporations, right? They're going to get cheap money that they can then lend out, especially if you're a bank, to hopefully people to maybe refinance their home, maybe for equity loans, maybe do some repairs on their home, maybe just to get by. Is there going to be some risk? We'll probably test some bottoms again lower, yes. But we're starting off on some higher highs. We're not there yet. We might be closer there tomorrow if we do get this stimulus package pushed through the House. If the Democrats can cut all the pork that they have in it and all the crap that they have in it, we'd be in a pretty good shape, a much better shape. So today I cashed in long puts on Bank of America. I cashed them in, and for some positions, we added more shares in accounts, but only about half as many as I could. I'm not here to say, oh, by the way, we're just buying in. We're just going to town. But at $19.35, we have thousands of more shares of Bank of America put in, and we added a 1950 long put to protect the new shares and the old shares in case we go back down. Today, I jumped into more Baidu. Someone tell me, why would I be dollar cost averaging Baidu, cashing in protection and buying more shares of Baidu? Someone give me an idea. Why would I be doing this? I mean, basically spending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're talking about $180,000 of Baidu. Why would I be looking for purchasing Baidu on a day like today? Kind of a simple answer, but one that could be difficult to understand or wonder why. Which also means if you're going to go long on Baidu or already have some long calls, some leaps, today might be a good day to dollar cost average. Tomorrow might be as well. Anything that's happening right now can most likely be done one more time here in the future. Kevin, you dollar cost average because the price was right. That is not the answer. I would not dollar cost average because the price was right. Anyone else? Why would I be dollar cost averaging? Because it's about half of the price of the other longs. That is also an astute idea, but no. That is typically the rule. I don't want a dollar cost average till it's about half of the cost of the longs, but these are like 15%. We've had a serious drop, so I'm doing better than lowering the cost basis by half. I'm probably lowering the cost basis by 65% or more. So why might I be choosing today on Baidu to dollar cost average? Going once, going twice. Two answers just came in there. Volatility, nope. Looks like it's turning up, less downside risk, maybe. I mean, we can look at a chart on Baidu, but that was actually not the reason why I did it. I was actually choosing Baidu because today it opened and broke out of what looked to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day trading base. But more importantly, because China is on the downside. China seems like they have the coronavirus. I don't want to say licked because that's not a great way to say it. But for all intents and purposes, China has had no new cases today. No new deaths. China appears to be on the downside. Just so happens I've got the Chinese Google, which will help all of the Asia areas. And for me, it seemed like it was an opportunity that I've got a fundamental reason here on why I might choose to play some stocks in an area that's already ahead of the game. Is that a viable reason for anybody? I know it's kind of out there in left field. At the rate we're going to surpass both Italy tomorrow or the next day and China in about 3 or 4 days over the weekend. But it really came down to China has no new cases, no new deaths. Look at the amount that have totally recovered. Active cases, excuse me, active cases, 4,735, significantly lower than the 50+ thousand that you have from Italy and the US. If I was to look at a chart, it's just bounced off of a bottom. We have a support level in that 85 to 90 range. I'm going to see if we can't get back up to 114 with protection still on, knowing things can come down, seeing if I can't get a bounce or get a position that I can make money to the upside. So not only did we do Bank of America, we also did Baidu today. We tried to find a way to put some money to work to nibble, and boy, we did it in obviously quite a few accounts. So as I'm taking a look, Baidu worked on doing some dollar cost averaging of some leaps, sold to close some puts, $6 that we're getting $28.50. And then just like Bank of America, we probably could have bought twice as many shares, but we're starting off slow, nibbling, for if we do go back down, we've got some more cash to buy some more. I'm not sold that this is the bottom. We all know coronavirus-wise, the numbers are telling us it's going to get worse before it gets better. Can someone tell me what's happening tomorrow? I think it happens at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. But what's happening tomorrow morning that might be another thing that we're going to see the first time in history ever? Senate vote. Well, we've seen Senate votes, but yes, a Senate vote where the Democrats wake the hell up, maybe, Rich. That could be a first time ever. But no, that's not it. What's happening tomorrow? 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm pretty sure. Has to do with, you know what? I'm sorry, it's not tomorrow, it's Thursday. What's happening Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time? And it's going to be the first time in history that we've seen this. Pelosi and Schumer will vaporize. I would love to see that. Huge claims. Abraham, you hit it on the head. We are probably going to see initial claims possibly run up to over 1 million. And we've never seen that. There's some that are calling 2 or 3 million in initial claims for people that right now are out of work. That seems steep. I think we're still a couple weeks away from that. I don't think that many people have been let go or furloughed, so to speak. But I could be 100% wrong. We could definitely see a ridiculous initial claim count. Right now, it's looking at 525,000. There's talk that it could be in the 2 to 3 millions. That would be shocking. That would be our watch everything evaporate that we've gained today in an instant. So, looking at today, Bank of America, I told you, Visa. We did some dollar cost averaging on initial Visa positions. A couple people had Micron, we did that one. CVX we worked on. The SPYs. We shut down the 275, 265 third bear call we have in place. Booked almost $5. I think it was $4.80. Well over the $3.34 to $3.58 we spent on it. But we started to take off some of our in the money SPYs that we can get for a profit right now. A lot of people had SPYs taken off in their accounts. Visa, we sold off our upper Visa, 175, 165s, also for a profit. We tried to add some GE positions in there. So what we're looking at is we're coming into some things for tomorrow. How can we take these profits and start to put money to work? On Apple, we still have some calls where we can do some dollar cost averaging. We have some puts at 295 that still have a ridiculous amount of money in them. And we also have some calls on April 9th at 302 that I'm pretty sure, just taking a look at it, right, with Apple trading at 246, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be back up to 302 and a half in the next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So I do feel okay and letting those expire worthless. Those calls still have $2.40 in them, even though we sold them for $3.79. Look at the spread, 105 to 475. But a pretty easy spread to let that expire worthless. If we're looking at Boeing, Boeing's had a nice bounce. Actually, I'm looking at American Outdoor Brands Corp. $6.19 to $6.34. American Outdoor Brands Corp is all the way up at $8, losing 82 cents today. Might be a good day to roll some puts up and out in time to protect American Outdoor Brands Corp at a higher price. They don't have earnings, though, until June. So it'd be a short-term playing a downside bump from $8 on down. I thought they were going to go 9 and hold 9, but obviously they were not able to hold it today. Extended hours, they did pick up 18 cents. Pretty darn close. I know it was down here at the $5.50 range. Pretty darn close at picking up shares. It was actually 609 to up to as high as 634. Good pricing to picking up more shares. Boeing. I still have the right for Boeing to sell some shares all the way up at 300. Definite opportunity to pick up some amazing shares of Boeing at $127. We also have the ability on 83 contracts for $2.55, $255, to lower a cost basis on some that we purchased as high as $18.48. Or something else that we're trying to doing, we might need some more time on Boeing. Plain and simple, we might need more time on Boeing to become profitable. So something that we are looking at doing for maybe only 50 cents, cutting the amount of contracts by half and giving us another year on Boeing way out in time. The midpoint here was a negative 44 cents to $1.20. Another idea is to lower the risk or lower the amount of contracts, take that money and put it into a January 22 and give us an extra year to have Boeing come back. And this might be where we look to be smart with our money, to find ways to give us more time for Boeing to move significantly higher and to do it for a relatively cheap price. Bank of America we did, Baidu we did, Disney. Oh my gosh, we got all kinds of money in Disney. In Disney right now, we've got puts at 125. Some of what we paid for at $4.58 has a mark right now of 27.05. $23. For all those that have 1,000 shares, we've got 200 more shares coming your way. For those of you that maybe only have 500-600 shares, we have at least 100 shares coming your way and some cash available. We do have some shorter term calls, some 120 covered calls expiring again on the 9th as well. Only worth 49 cents. We sold them for 204. We just have significant opportunity to take advantage of Disney. I was kind of hoping for it to break 100. If it does not, we know at 82 is the next buy-in point where we're going to cash some of these in on Disney. Facebook is a buying opportunity for some people who want to get into Facebook. What else do I have here? Guess I could go to Visa, right? Under Armour, for some people in Under Armour, we still have April 14 puts. This is another good one. What we paid 97 cents for. 740 on the high side, 271 on the low side. If we were to take a quick look at the mark tells us we have it for roughly $5.05. $4 a share on a $9 stock. We literally are picking up 50% more shares of stock on Under Armour. 50% more shares of stock on Under Armour. I skipped by it, but let me go to Visa, and then I'm going to run back up to Ford. Visa, a lot of us, we took our leaps off already. A lot of money to put some leaps back into place. Whole lot of money to put some leaps back into place. We took off our upper vertical. We still have 48, 160, 150 verticals that we have a little, almost $1 in. We have some 147, 137 that if we get a down day tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, we'll most likely take those off. Cash in some money and look to maybe go to just some straight put protection on to make some money there. Ford, huge run on Ford today. Ford was up, what, 20%? Ford up 94 cents, over 20% today. Yet we still have $6 puts that we paid 53 cents for that are $1.04. Even on an up day tomorrow, I'm most likely waiting till Thursday or Friday to cash some more of this in and get to work. I'm still under the belief that people are not going to want to stay in our markets over the weekend. But on a big up day when the market was only up about 6.5% today, we did some nibbling. We did some nibbling to find out just what we needed to do and to see where futures aren't down bad at all. Dow's hardly down, S&P off 0.5%, NASDAQ a little more than 0.5%. This is a good sign. This is a little bit about what we're looking for a bottom. If we don't have quite a big up day tomorrow, probably a down day Thursday and Friday because no one wants to stay in over the weekend. Thursday we have obviously a horrific possible number for claims that could be in the millions. If we saw it in a million, you're witnessing history again for the first time ever since initial claims have been recorded. So we're going to nibble. With that said, let me open it up to you guys. What questions do you have? What questions that you can type in that you'd like an answer to? And of course, Lance, you are the fastest typer I've ever seen in my life. Kevin, are we at a bottom? The short answer is no. Bottoms are a process, but we seem to be building a bottom. Notice how we're starting to head up, even if we have a little down day tomorrow. As long as we have higher lows and higher highs, we're changing it. This, I would say, is building a bottom. When we're catching back up to 6 days, right over here, I wonder if this is our V. I wonder if that point yesterday was the V and we're heading back up. But again, bottoming is a process. It's not a one-day event. And for me to tell you, Lance, that, hey, I'm choosing this one over that one, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, in all honesty, it's just, I just nibbled. I still have huge amount of protection on. I put more protection on. I just nibbled in certain areas that will benefit a ton from a stimulus package and that would benefit immediately, as well as a country that looks like they've overcome the virus that they created, right? So, no, I'm not calling the bottom. I'm just saying that technically it looks better than it did a week ago. Comment, Ida, why do you prefer Baidu over Baba? I assume you do. I really do. do. I like Baidu because its revenue stream is split up into 4 different categories. Whereas Alibaba, excuse me, let me get a drink here. Alibaba is just the Amazon of China. I like Baidu being the Google of China. I like that it also is in Tencent. It's in movies. It's in artificial intelligence. It owns a third of Baba. So I kind of get a little bit of Baba and Baidu. Maybe it's only 20% of Baba now. I like Baidu because its revenue streams are 4 to 5 deep, whereas I feel Baba is a single revenue stream. And I also like the fact that Baidu has treated me so well in the past, and I recognize the patterns. It's funny because Jim Craner won't recommend it, but that's also why he's obviously not managing money anymore. Not only did he go through a hard time, but it's easier to talk about it on TV than to truly manage people's money. And some of the things that are said there just make me cringe. Baidu, 4 or 5 different revenue streams. It already owns 20 to 35% of Alibaba. And everything that I run on it has a better opportunity to make more money quicker than you have in Baba. So that's why I do Baidu. Kevin, would you go back to your chart? Facebook. So Facebook are some calls. I've got some opportunities here to dollar cost average calls. Most of my stuff is January 21, January 22. And again, Facebook does not have to get up to 250 for me to be profitable. I know it was up $12 today. It only gave me 30 cents. but in some positions it gave me $1.20, $1.75, $1.17. My job is to say, hey, how can I lower these cost basis by more than half? I can do it on all of them by just dollar cost averaging. Now, a lot of people say, well, Kevin, why do you still dollar cost average when you have options? And my short answer to you is, just because I can dollar cost average doesn't mean that you don't stop using other techniques or other advantages that you have in trading in the stock market. I would not short a stock because I can do it through the use of a long put without unlimited risk. I would not use stop losses because I can use a long put that gives me the ability for it to move around in a day and gives me an exact price to sell it at, whereas a stop loss is a market order when it passes below a certain price. So I still use the ability that I have through a dollar cost averaging strategy to my advantage whenever and however I can, because it's a good strategy to make money quicker. Good question there. Ida, however, I think Google is not one of the best performers in this meltdown. Google is not, but this is the Chinese Google. And the Chinese Google is, in fact, let's do a quick little, I'm glad you're asking this question. This is a good one to go through. So when we look at Baidu, well, dang it, that's not what I was looking for. Let's go to finance. See if I can find it here. Baidu, the China culture is buying internet-related services, products, artificial intelligence. And also, is it Wikipedia I got to go to? The advantage for Baidu is, yes, probably half of its revenue comes from the search engine, but it offers community services. It's artificial technology. It's in it owns a portion of the movie business there in Baidu. It also owns either 20 or 35% of Alibaba. So the revenue streams with its partnerships that it has give it a wide range of opportunities to make money in. Whereas Alibaba for me is just Amazon. It just has to sell crap. And Baidu gets its revenue on 5 main revenue streams. Wireless acquisition at NetDragon. Baidu TV. Why can't I find it? I forget it has patents as well. DNA technology. So again, it's not that it's the Google. It's that it has 4 to 5 huge revenue streams that keep growing. Artificial intelligence, movies, servers, chips. It's all the way across the board. This is who's linked in there to help Apple sell their Apple iPhones. So it's okay for it not to have a lot of Google searches, but if people are home, it'll probably have heavier than average traffic. It just offers a bigger breadth of revenue than what I see you'll get from Alibaba. Plus, let's be honest, I rode it from 135 up to 775, back down to 7750, up to really up to 300, right? 280, up to 280, and I protected it from 280 on the way down to 100, missing $23 of a $180 drop. So I just like it better. Any other questions? If there are none, I'm going to wish you guys a good evening. The short answer is we're going to look tomorrow to dollar cost average. If you're not in any of these positions, dollar cost average, you have a great price right now on Bank of America that should be at least $35 in 2 years. Ford at $4.90 should at least be $10 in 2 years. Apple below $250. I'd like to see it above $250 to have some confidence in it. Amazing price. Baidu, an amazing price. Under Armour, $9. Could be up as high as 28 in 2 years. An amazing opportunity. These are the times, and I'm going to use the word ballsy, where you've got to get ballsy and start to take a peek at an opportunity. I'm going to do the best I can to be ballsy and to take advantage of an opportunity. Guys, have a great evening. I'll see you Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, and we'll keep working through our process here. We'll see where we're at. Be safe out there. Don't travel if you don't have to. Again, things will probably get worse before they get better here, but hedging both ways, in case I'm wrong, a good price on at least technology and China that seems to have gotten themselves through the coronavirus already. Have a good evening. Look forward to talking to you Thursday morning. Be safe.